Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 12 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Dirty Socks. Oh, my spirit animal has arrived, you thought as you watched the tired teacher saunter in. Okay, sit down. I need to tell you all some things before letting you go today, Aizawa said as he walked over to his desk and put some papers down. You all found your seats and your eyes wandered over to Momo for a second, checking her out before looking back to the front again. Your brain was alive with all the internal thoughts around you, and you closed your eyes for a second to try and organise who was saying what so that you could separate the voices in your head and recognise them, but the sheer number and volume was making it difficult. I hope I meet a mega babe today, the voice of Kaminari thought as Aizawa started speaking. Okay, boys do be like that. Got it, you thought, moving on to the next internal thought, which was coming from Uraraka, worrying about having to use her quirk too much and vomiting as a result. Fair, you thought, before moving on. Kirishima was practicing his hero lines again, and Bakugo was thinking about blasting someone with his quirk, and then you heard Momo. I just need to talk to her, but I don't know how to approach it, you heard her say, in her mind, and you looked at her. She must have realised that she had let that one slip, and looked in your direction quickly, to which you raised an eyebrow at her. Oh no, Yin, I'm so sorry, she gasped internally, and you tilted your head at her as if to say, why are you apologising? She looked away quickly, the blush on her cheeks deepening. Oh no, what's wrong with me? Oh my, no, she wailed internally, and you continued to look at her. What the heck is going on? You wondered, not really understanding any of it at all. So when Aizawa stopped speaking, you had zero idea what he had said, because the whole time that he had been telling the class about the rules of the day, you had been listening into what the others around you had been thinking about. Okay, head out for now, he said, and you got up and stood there for a second. Hey Yin, come on, let's go, Mina said, bouncing towards you and grabbing your arm. We're taking 3rd and 5th Street. Oh, thank goodness you know what you're doing, you said to her. I was zoned the hell out there, I didn't get anything he said. Don't worry, it's all the stuff that we know to do anyway, she said, as she started to lead you off, and Jirou and Momo followed behind. Okay, everyone, let's go, she added, excitedly, as she looked back to them. Fun, you commented dryly as you let her lead you. Shortly after arriving on 3rd Street, you met the hero who would be patrolling with you and introduced yourselves and said your quirks. The hero on duty seemed to be pleased that you and Jirou had both sound quirks, and even happier when you said that your quirk was in peak condition that day. I'm not expecting any trouble today, he said happily, but you never know. We'll do a street patrol for now. Keep your eyes open for anyone who needs help, or anyone who's acting suspicious, he added as he turned away, and you all fell in step behind him. It's a very good thing your quirk is in top condition today, Momo said to you as she stepped up beside you to walk with you. Yeah, you replied, giving her a side glance. I'll be able to hear if anyone 5 streets over needs any help too. Oh, is it that sensitive today? She asked with surprise. Mild exaggeration, but you know, you said with a shrug. The hero ahead then asked a question back to Momo, so she replied to him, and it allowed you to listen in to people around you and start sorting them out. Most of the potential suspects would be hanging around a bank or somewhere where there would be known money, you thought, as you looked around to see what shops were on the street. Mostly it appeared to be a street with lots of apartments, but then there was a rather large grocery store at the corner that you were approaching, and as you stepped up alongside it, you honed in on the people inside. As far as you could quickly deduct, there were over 20 customers inside, with most just monologuing things like, eggs, where are the frickin' eggs? I hate this layout. And others mentally checking off their grocery list like apples, bananas, milk, toothbrush, band-aids, soy sauce. What else was there? There was one other item. And you smirked to yourself. Humans are so predictable, you thought, and then you honed in on one guy who didn't have the same thoughts as the others. 5 tills all up, and the girl at the end looks like she's young. Are there too many people here to try? If I come at her quietly with a knife, she might just do as she's told and keep quiet, he thought. You stopped dead in your tracks. Wait, you called to the hero up front. We have a problem here. Jirou immediately shot her jack into the ground and listened as you explained what you'd heard from in-store to the hero. There's a guy in there who's contemplating robbing the store. He singled out a young checkout chick at the end of the line and has a knife. I think we should act quickly here. I don't know how much longer he'll delay for. You said quickly. I can confirm there's one person in the store whose heart rate is elevated and appears agitated, Jirou said from a little further back. You looked back at her and gave her a thumbs up. Good, okay, you said, turning back to the hero in charge. Okay, we need to act now. Yin, can you locate him for now? Go in and see where he is. Miss Yorozu, please accompany Yin and be her backup. Stay well back from him, but use your quirk to create anything you might need to either capture him or protect yourselves should he notice that you are heroes and have singled him out. The hero instructed, and you and Momo nodded. Miss Mina and Miss Jirou, come with me, and we'll start encouraging people to leave the store and prevent others from entering in the meantime. Good plan, you said. He nodded. Okay, go now and call for me if you need me, you two, he said, pointing to you and Momo. Will do, Momo replied, and then turned to follow you into the store. You spotted the guy immediately, since he was just standing towards the end of the store near the checkout area that he had been thinking about, and you turned to Momo. That's him over there. From now, speak to me in your mind. I'll follow directions, but if I need to, I'll reply out loud. You said, code word is dirty socks, if he realises that you're onto him, or decides to make a move, and you need to be on alert. Okay, got it, she replied internally, and then headed over to where the checkout girl was. I'll stay here, since I can protect her and myself from his attack, she said in her mind. You nodded, but didn't say anything out loud as you kept an eye on this guy and got close, but pretended to be checking out the magazines near him, listening into his thoughts. Who's this chick? He thought when he saw Momo suddenly stand between him and the checkout that he was thinking of targeting. She's hot. What's she in, though? Is she cosplaying? Your eyebrows twitched at his comment, but you didn't react otherwise, and just remained calm. He was still thinking of trying to rob the till, but had decided to postpone it a little longer until Momo moved. Come on, bitch, move, he thought impatiently. You glanced at him and then looked the other way, watching as your other hero girls slowly and discreetly cleared the area. Just then an announcement came on over the store speaker, asking people to leave as soon as they could, as there would be a rather loud safety drill happening soon, and you smirked. Oh, that was smart, you thought. Damn, the guy thought, maybe I should just leave now and come back another day. Stupid drill and this cosplay chick have ruined my plans. You side-glanced him again and watched as he shoved his hands into his pockets and went to walk away, but then he looked up and saw Mina at the other end of the store, at the door, and he suddenly froze and looked from her to Momo and then back to her again, and he paled slightly. Oh crap. Wait, are these heroes? He thought with a panic. Shove it. I'm going to have to do a runner, or use my knife, he said as his right hand left his pocket and reached behind his back. Dirty socks! You shouted. And complete and utter confusion overtook everybody in the store. That's exactly what the next line's going to read. Stay tuned for chapter 13. That'll be next week. I'm sorry, I did it again. I left you on a cliffhanger. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll see you then. Bye.